Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Bolt Report YouTube channel. My name is Michael Wax. I am joined, as always, with my co-host Jake Ricker, and we are also joined by a very special guest. He was signed by the Lightning during the 2022 offseason after 2 seasons with the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins and has 25 goals and 50 points in 69 games in a season and a half with the AHL's Syracuse Crunch. He's currently second on the Crunch in goals, first in and he scored in his return to the lineup in the latest win against the Laval Rocket. Ladies and gentlemen, Felix Robert. Felix, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
So, just starting off, we talked about in the intro how you were before the Lightning organization, you played in the Penguins organization. Can you talk to us a little bit about how you made that decision after the non-signing to join the Lightning? When did they come into the process?
Like you said, I was with Wilkes-Barre Scranton for a year and a half, the COVID year, and one more year, and then I was a UFA because I was not on a NHL deal, so I could like have a discussion with every team during the season, whenever for an NHL contract. So my agent and I would just discuss what was better for me, and we had a couple of discussion with a couple of teams, and I I felt like Tampa Bay Lightning was a good fit for me, and I'm glad to be in the organization.
As far as like how you said you were a UFA, when did you realize that you were going to have these types of conversations with other teams? When did Pittsburgh say we're not going to re-sign you?
Actually, Pittsburgh did wanted to sign me as well.
Oh.
It was more of a I had a couple teams that line up. It's kind of the same deals, and I was just I had a great conversation with Julian Brisebois, and I felt uh, I felt like they really liked my game, what I could bring to the team in the near future, and the late future, what next couple years. So I was just my gut feeling was take a chance with Tampa Bay Lightning, and so far I'm glad, like I said, to be a part of the organization.
That's awesome to hear because we've talked about multiple times on this show how we think we have a fantastic organization here, and we always joke that the pitch for JBB to players is that hey, sunshine, beaches, and Stanley Cups. That's the way to go down here in Tampa.
Yeah, exactly.
You've had the experience now though playing with a couple different organizations. What are some of the biggest differences that you've noticed now that you've spent some time here with the Lightning organization?
I honestly I like the people here, the organization. They take great care of us here in the AHL. Coaching staff. They bring a lot of people with experience, great quality for any aspect, skating, shooting, uh, everything to get any kind of player better. So they take care of us. They care about us to make us best player for the next level.
You mentioned the people. You've had two different coaches so far, last year with Ben Giroux, this year with Joel Bouchard. What's been the biggest difference as far as maybe not the play, but how you guys go about a day-to-day style?
Yeah, obviously every coach got his mentality, his culture a little bit, but yeah, it's we all the team. It's new for everybody, new for the coaches. We all just kind of get in the same boat and go like all in the same way. Just we dig into the culture, what they implement, and it just so far since the beginning of the season, it's been good for us.
The season has been great for yourself as well. You're off to one of your best starts right now, and you've got 16 points in 14 games. What's been the difference for you this year compared to last year?
I play with a little more confidence for sure, and after last year, I learned a lot, and I was ready for a good off season. What I need to work on, and I did a little bit. I tried to for sure, and then I had a good camp, good off season camp in Tampa, and it just told me to work on my craft, keep doing my thing, and yeah, I have a little more ice time, so I just try to be a good player for the team.
What was the biggest thing you worked on during the off season?
as a small player, I feel like I need to have a big tank of energy, like a little more stamina because I need to move my leg a little more. But no, I work a lot on that, and of course, we have a in Quebec. I'm from Quebec. We have a GP Cote who's the head of the development here. So I work with him a little more in the summer as well. So we just work on and off the ice to get a work on my details. Yeah.
You may be a smaller player, but your forecheck has drawn a lot of praise from scouts and fans. Whose game do you take inspiration when it comes to that aspect from the game?
I remember watching when I was younger. I really like Martin St. Louis, but yeah, as I got older, I got compared a little bit. And since I'm in the organization as well with Yanni Gourde, but yeah, I really like his game as well. I trained with him back in the summer, so I I try to like he made it happen, kind of the same route I took. So I'm just trying to see what works for him, make it work for me, find my own way to make it work to make it to the next level. But yeah, just hard small player like Brad Marchand as well. We can kind of just look how they play. Yeah.
So we talked a little bit about your forecheck, which is a lot of it's 5-on-5, but this year on the power play, you've had a lot of really good chances, a lot of really nice assists, a lot of really nice goals. But you played a couple of different roles. So you have like the bumper slot. We equate that to like where Brendan Point gets his one-time passes, or
Yeah.
like where the circles where Kucherov and Stamkos are. What is the or how does the approach differ when it comes to playing in each of those areas? So like the circles versus being in front of the net.
Oh, it's different for sure. Like obviously we have our setup, but what happened in during the power play, we could always end up at any spot. So you want to be able to play at any spot. Every five of us can play anywhere. So we're just about moving the puck, moving your feet, create some chances, some shots to the net. So no, it's good. It's good to play a little bit anywhere. I try to use my shot when I'm close to the net, and just it's been good on the power play, and it's fun. Always useful for a winning game for sure.
Looking ahead now for the rest of this season, what are some of your individual expectations?
Obviously, I don't try to put too much in individual expectation. It's more of if the team does well, usually the player does well. So it's a winning mentality, and I just try to be like the what they need me to be. I try to be the best version of that. So always try to help the team win every night. If it's power play, blocking shots, taking draws, just try to try to do what's best for the team and make if the team is winning, it's obviously good for everybody.
You had mentioned during the off season specifically having that really big engine, that cardio. What's something that you'd like to improve as the season goes on?
I wanna have a more consistency in my game. Like I know I can bring like a certain like my game can get there. I wanna bring that game there every night. Like so they can count on me. Like I said just earlier, like they can count on me being good on face off, blocking shots, being play with urgency. So I just if I can be consistent with my game a little more this year, that's I think that's my goal more of as a individual. Yeah.
You mentioned earlier, being like Marty St. Louis, that small kind of player mentality. If for fans who may not know who you are, what's the one way you would describe how you go out there and how you play, or one thing you'd want them to know about yourself?
You did talk about the forecheck. I feel like I want to be like a spark a little bit. Like I feel like that describe my game well. Like I bring energy. I bring others with me on with that energy. We got a lot of guys in the team that plays hard. So if you combine all of us together, it brings everybody in the boat, and it's hard to play against. Yeah.
You've been at Lightning training camp a couple years. What was the biggest difference this year compared to last year, whether it's the players or the mentality? What changed?
Uh, Last year was probably my first real uh like camp because 2 years before was COVID. So I didn't never got to play off season game before. Last year I was supposed to, but I got injured. So this year I was really looking forward to prove myself in the off season game, to show them that like I know I got things to work on, but I'm close. Like they like stir the pot a little bit and just let them know I'm ready, you know. And then so I really I was excited to show them like what I can bring, what I worked on. So yeah, it's the difference I'd say is that I was more ready. Like I knew what I needed to do.
All right, I've got to know this because I know if I was out there during training camp with guys like Steven Stamkos, Vasilevsky, John Cooper, I would be, shocked. I wouldn't know what to say. I'd be starstruck. So, how was it for you getting to go out there and play with some of those, or just being in training camp and practice with some of those big stars out there?
Yeah, obviously it's great to be around those guys. They've been around for so long. They know so much. They have so much experience. So for us as younger play, we just want to, like, for myself, I try to just look what they're doing that works so well. Just some of these guys are so good, and they're pros. Like how they act on and off the ice. It just it's a great mentorship for us, kind of. Yeah.
So when a player like yourself is on such a hot streak and has the ability to get called up very quickly, I assume you don't want to go into a room where you don't know anybody. Was there somebody during training camp or preseason that you really, on the main roster now, that you really developed with on ice or off ice?
I mean, I talked to a lot of guys during camp. Obviously, like we the camp is not too long. I think
Mhm.
it's a week or 10 days. So and we like I know a lot of guys that were already in the AHL. So I I I know I talk a little more with the team when we went to play in Nashville. So we had more time. It's easier for us to communicate. So I good talk with Calvin Hand, guys like that. Just older guy, just asking question where I'm from, where I played before, things like that. So, but everybody is just like, it's a great organization. They sign great guys. So it just, yeah, all around it's great to be there for a couple weeks.
Well, how about then on the Syracuse roster? Is there anybody on there that you've really developed some chemistry with while you've been down there?
Yeah, I mean, I was here last year, like you said, and this year too. So it's easier when you come to the camp and you know half the guys that you're gonna play with. So that was fun. We have a unreal chemistry down here. It's actually been like it's actually great, like, organization. Like I said, they sign guys from here to the East Coast. They all sign like great guys. So now we're having winning is also great. So it's when we win with the boys. So it's just it's been fun this year so far.
As far as a young player, you're pretty young, you're 24, but someone that's currently in on the rise towards these low level leagues, what is something that you would say is a piece of advice for someone that is looking to make those jumps into the next level?
I would say probably from my how I got here. Like I was a late bloomer physically, and probably my like on and off the ice. Like I got obviously I'm not tall, but I got taller as the time go. I got stronger, and I work hard in the gym on and off the ice. So I would just say, like, even if you don't get drafted at 17, your career is not over. And like I obviously playing the NHL is everybody's dream, but if it working hard brings you to playing the AHL East Coast in Europe, so it's hockey's a fun game. So just I love the grind. Keep working, and you never know what's the max you could reach, obviously.
And then, one more from me, and then Jake's got his very special little
Yeah.
ending. But you had mentioned earlier, you said, you've been on the roster for 2 years. You knew a lot of the guys coming back from training camp. As far as this year, you guys had a couple of additions like Max Grosha, for example, Maxim Crozier, Michael Michelle Shafee. who is one guy that you're extremely impressed with the way that they've been able to handle themselves in professional hockey?
Obviously Max Roshev is a very good, talented player. His English is not as good at his game, but no, he's a very fast player. You don't see that often, like a guy that can jump like that offensively. So he's just it's fun to watch. Obviously, Max Roshev is adapting very well from college to here. Chafee is a very good player. He's a good signing from. He played in the AHL before, but he's a very good player. I like playing with him. I played with him a lot this year. So now a lot of good addition for the team. So it's been great. Yeah.
All right, so there's something new we started, Felix. We're doing some other players just to help people get to know you and have some fun here. It's called the Bolt Reports Lightning Minute. So I got 60 seconds on the clock. We'll go over, I think, if it's going well. But I got a couple of rapid fire questions for you to send off. Are you ready to go?
I am.
All right, let's do it. So 60 seconds. All right, first one, favorite NHL player?
Martin St. Louis.
All right, go-to celebration?
It's stinky.
I love it. All right, favorite arena to play in?
War Memorial.
Memorial. Okay, all right. Pre or post game meals?
Pre is chicken and rice veggies. Post is whatever the team has.
There you go. Okay, and go to pump up song?
Oh, big country fan. So any country will get me fired up.
I love it. I like it a lot. All right. All right. Favorite hobby to do?
Golf.
Golf. Okay. That's a very popular one when it comes to hockey. And last one, holiday tier list.
What does it mean?
So like just give me a rankings of your favorite. So like Christmas,
Oh.
Thanksgiving, New Year's, if you had to pick rank them.
I would say Christmas, Halloween, because it's always fun to get a disguise with the boys. Thanksgiving's not bad. Yeah.
You got some good food there, right? As always.
Yeah, obviously,
right. Yeah. That's gonna and that's perfect timing right there. We just hit the 60 seconds, so that was awesome. All right, Felix. Well, thanks for doing that with us. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into this interview. We have been very, very pleased, and it's been awesome to catch up with Félix Robert. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Also follow us at BoltReport_TB here and on our Twitter, X, whatever you call it, page for all of your news, notes, game recaps, any other things that we might have going on. Felix, thanks a lot for coming on. We hope to see you really succeed going into the future for the Crunch, and we hope to see you on the Lightning roster in the very near future.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.